Welcome back to another episode of Spicing Things Up, Stew in the Stew. I'm your host, Jacob Bunsen. Here joining me today is the one sexy glasses-wearing Brennan Merkel. How are you doing today, Brennan?
You know what, Jacob? I'm doing much better now, thanks to that compliment, so I appreciate it.
I'm all about building up my brothers.
Thank you.
Yeah. I am my brother's keeper.
It's been a cold weekend, though. I think it's safe to say here.
It has been.
Lincoln.
It has been a cold weekend. I kind of want to do an experiment with how. So we're in the polar vortex right now. I know a couple of our listeners are outside the Midwest, but in case a lot of people have noticed, the Midwest is very cold right now.
One of the coldest places in the world, actually.
In the world. Actually, I looked at the weather app yesterday. We are actually only a few degrees colder than, or a few degrees warmer than Antarctica.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you know
Pretty
what
great.
The only thing is in Antarctica? Snow and ice and
penguins. And actually, really funny Snapchat stories. If you go on the Snap Maps and you go
the
to
hot spots.
Yeah. Well, you go to like
Who's posting Snapchats there? Penguins?
No, memers.
Memers.
Because all you have to do is change your location in Antarctica. Because then you see like all like the. Like, I'm surprised I haven't seen this trend on TikTok yet. I think I finally found original content to put on there. If you like click on like a random hotspot and like for Snapchat in Antarctica, it's literally like just dudes like holding like a bong. It's like ripping weed in Antarctica, or like house in Antarctica, or like war zone in Antarctica, like driving in Antarctica, McDonald's in Antarctica, stuff like that. I can go on for days.
Yeah. But well, locally, there was a blackout across the state. At least in Nebraska. I can't speak from everywhere, but my house definitely lost power. I think it was before most of like me and my roommates, most of us woke up, but literally woke up and I could see my breath in the kitchen. I felt like, I'm guessing what Leonardo DiCaprio, his character, felt like in The Revenant, you know, where he had to like cut open his horse and sleep inside it for warmth. You ever see that movie?
I'm pretty sure he got that from Star Wars.
From the Tauntaun? Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it was Luke Skywalker, going inside the Tauntaun for warmth.
Whoever, I can't remember the name of the explorer that DiCaprio played, but I think he stole that idea from Star Wars.
Maybe, but Star Wars is also a made-up thing, so...
Yeah, so is I'm sure cutting his horse open didn't actually work.
I don't know, man. It looked pretty warm. It's how I felt when I had to, cuddle up in my bed when it was just freezing cold in my house.
Yeah,
but
anyway, imagine your AC not working.
Something else happened this weekend, Valentine's Day. How was yours? I know you have a significant other.
It was actually pretty chill. So I celebrated more Saturday because that was our 18-month. So I went to the nice. Thank you. And I know that our audience is saying congratulations to me as well, to be assholes. So thank you guys too. Went to the nicest steakhouse in town, known as Misty's, and then yeah, it was really good. And then the whole time I'm eating there, I'm like, I could cook this because I'm an aspiring chef. And then basically, so we celebrated like the actual dinner that night, and then Sunday I woke up pretty early. Drove through the polar vortex going on in Lincoln. The roads were horrible. So grant this, I'm a great guy. I went to Krispy Kreme. I got a half dozen of the heart-shaped donuts. I went to Hy-Vee, the grocery store, where every other guy that forgot to get a gift for their significant other was like there, like looking for chocolates. I actually have a hilarious story to tell you. So I'm like getting some, and this dude, he's like holding like 2 things of flowers, and he's like rushing through the chocolate section. And he's like, God damn it, they don't have it. And then like just bounces out of there. And I was just like, what? Like I was sitting there just crying. I'm like, see, I'm not alone here. Every guy is doing the exact same thing. I don't think I saw a single female at Hy-Vee on Sunday morning.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. And then basically just kind of spent the rest of the day just hanging out, cooking meals, watching movies.
Yeah. I
staying warm.
Spent mine alone making granola, homemade granola in my kitchen. Maybe I think I watched an episode of Peaky Blinders. I contemplated calling an Uber just to like drive me around, for
just so you have someone to talk to.
Exactly, but
you could have called me.
Maybe next year. All right, so it's fine. It's over. We're over it. So
now you know.
Let's. How about we move into some sports talk? How about that?
Yeah, but real quick, while we have the cold still on the topic, let's do an experiment.
Another experiment.
Well, I didn't talk about the first one. I got sidetracked. I want to I kind of want to pee outside and see if it freezes midstream.
It will not. You should have tried that the other day when it was that cool.
Do you think that would have worked?
No, I don't.
Damn. Okay. I get a lot of ideas from movies, and I genuinely wanted to myth bust this one.
You can try, after this, you can go try and lick like a light pole or something.
No, people did that in Texas, and it did not look like it boded well for them.
Yeah, it's fair.
Oh, yeah. Also, before we get to sports, congratulations to Happy Gilmore for 25 years anniversary. And I'm glad that
was awesome.
The entire cast is still alive. So
the mashup
well, except for Bob Barker.
We didn't know that we needed, you know.
You know what? We need more underdogs in golf.
Absolutely.
You don't see enough of them.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That was also a fictitious movie, but yes.
The message is there.
I agree.
Who needs hockey when you can just dominate at golf?
Who needs those asshole Shooter McGavins when you can have the goofy
for comic relief?
Yeah, exactly.
How about some hey? Have a nice day. Let's talk football. All right.
So good transition.
Yeah, good transition, Brennan. Pretty cool NFL trade deals going on right now, specifically in the area of Houston.
Mm-hmm. So they're falling apart.
They are falling apart. I feel horrible for Houston fans just in general because the Rockets, the Stros, and the Texans, it's like a bridge collapsing.
Yeah.
And J.J. Watt, DeAndre Hopkins, and Deshaun Watson all being gone within a year span.
Well, Deshaun's not gone yet.
Not gone yet, but he wants the hell out of there.
It seems like it, yeah.
So, and I've actually been seeing that either Denver or Carolina really want this guy, which why wouldn't you?
Yeah, for Deshaun?
Yeah, for Deshaun.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it's seriously blue balling me. I need him to make a decision.
Teasing me.
He literally, the anticipation is killing me. I just need him to make his decision, even if it's going back to Houston, which, that Houston, for some reason, they believe that he's, coming back to join them again. But I don't see it because especially now that we are seeing J.J. Watt is in free agency now, looking to go somewhere else. I don't see Deshaun coming back to Houston. I really
think
don't.
DeAndre Hopkins, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I think DeAndre Hopkins leaving the previous year is kind of what started the domino effect for all of this. Because genuinely, I knew there was a horrible relationship between Bill O'Brien and Deshaun Watson. That wasn't a secret.
No, that was evident.
And so as soon as I heard that Bill O'Brien got fired, I was like, okay, so Deshaun's probably going to stay in Houston then. Wrong. I was very wrong about that. I mean, as of right now, he still is, but who's to say he's going to be a free agent within this offseason? And I'm pretty sure Deshaun wanting to leave caused JJ to want to leave. Mm-hmm. Because, JJ is kind of getting up there in age, but he's still a very good defensive player.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, he tweeted something about how free agency was wild. Which
I actually was just looking at that before I came over here.
So I'm sure, every single team is reaching out to him because why wouldn't they want that veteran presence? I mean, he's a natural leader.
Yeah, and speaking of JJ, I'm actually seeing that so there's a mutual interest between him and the Bills.
Yep.
And the Browns are also a target for him. And if both teams, or if either team is able to get him, you can bet your ass that they will be at least in the divisional round of the playoffs next year.
Yeah, and I mean, speaking of DeAndre Hopkins, I saw him reach out. I think he said something to J.J. Watt, I believe.
Coming to Arizona.
Yeah, I mean, he just tweeted a picture of them too and was that sly little miss you, the good luck in free agency, make everybody kind of look towards the Cardinals. But if I was to give my top 3 destinations where I think J.J. Watt would end up, it would be Bills. I would say Bills. I also would say Steelers because of J.J. Watt.
I also saw a tweet that said, "Here we go" from J.J. Watt. I don't know if that actually has to do anything with the Steelers, but I know that's kind of their tagline.
J.J. Watt?
Yeah, he tweeted, "Here we go."
Okay.
I don't know if that had to do anything with the free agency or if that was actually...
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't heard that. But then my third team was the Packers, which would hurt me a lot, but it would make a lot of sense because they need help on that defensive line.
Oh, my God, yeah.
And J.J. Watt just seems like the type of guy that would
he's the perfect fit. He's the perfect fit for almost everything. He's it's literally up to him at this point. There's nothing that he would lose going to almost any of those teams.
I mean, I would love him. He's 3-time defensive player of the year. Yeah, I would love him on the Bears. So, I mean, he's one of the only 2 players that have won defensive player of the year 3 times.
I almost would prefer not to have him on the Chiefs just because I adore Frank Clark and Chris Jones so much.
Yeah, I mean, some teams, he probably isn't needed as much on some teams.
Yeah, but the teams that won him, he could actually make a huge he can make a huge difference defensively for those teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Some other rumors of people potentially, leaving. We had Derek Carr, Oakland possibly parting ways with Carr, which kind of sucks for him because, I mean,
that's his team.
That's his team, and it has been his team. And
he turned that team around too.
Yeah, Mariota had one game where he came in. I think he only started for one game, and he was very good.
Yeah, which a lot of people thought that if so my original opinion on that was Mariota might not be the true starter for the Raiders, but he could go to any other team and start for them.
Yeah, that's
almost every other team.
That's what I'm saying
because we didn't think Derek Carr was going to leave.
No, and I still I don't think Derek Carr is. I don't think he wants to leave. I think they know that they have the two quarterbacks that could hold some value if they wanted to trade one.
Yeah, and I'm guessing that the only reason they would stick with Mariota is because he's younger.
Yeah, but that's that's a story I feel like that hasn't really been covered too much recently. It's all been Deshaun Watson, the rookie quarterbacks. But I mean, these are two viable starters for an NFL team right away.
Right.
They know how to read defenses. They know how to adapt to playbooks probably quicker than rookies would. So I don't understand why these two quarterbacks are. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I feel like Oakland needs to make some type of decision because you can't keep one of them on the bench. That's pretty pointless to just let one of these guys rot on your bench when you could trade him for potentially something.
Exactly. And that's always the biggest issue when you're having two quarterbacks. But the only upside to that is one, honestly, as a coach, if you want to see both these quarterbacks play, you kind of have to pray for injury slightly, I feel like, just to see the other one's talent, because you only see it in practice, but you want to see how they perform in games.
Well, that's what happened to Derek Carr, and that's why Mariota got that shining moment, which is why I'm sure these rumors of Derek Carr have kind of started, but they haven't gone anywhere. Right. So it's I don't know. It's starting to get to the point where they're running out of time in this because.
Could we make the same comparison to Alex Smith and Patrick Mahomes? Really,
Kinda. I would compare it more to a Carson Wentz, Nick Foles type of thing because
we need to talk about Carson Wentz too in a second.
Yeah, because I mean Alex Smith, Mahomes was the guy that they were bringing in, the rookie they were bringing in to kind of nurture to be a starting QB. But in this case, both these guys are pretty young guys that are capable of being starters. So I mean, I don't know. It's interesting. What did you wanted to bring up about Carson Wentz, though?
So Carson Wentz is definitely going to be leaving the Eagles.
Yep.
I'm actually looking right now. So the Colts are kind of the biggest.
Colts and Bears, I know are
Colts and Bears, yeah. Which, by the way, I really don't think he would fit well with the Bears there.
I would dislike it. I wouldn't like the move at all.
I think that would literally just kind of be an F you to Trubisky and Foles and.
Well, I think with the Bears, either the Bears are going to go full on.
He hates the Bears.
Yeah, full on rebuild mode, or they need to ditch the whole QB experiment. Let's see if this guy's going to be good. They need to just go after a guy they know is going to be good, and that is Deshaun Watson. They need to make a move for a guy like that, which I'm saying there's really no other player you can compare to Deshaun Watson right now that can just step into a franchise and they're instantly contenders.
Exactly.
So the Bears are in that situation where, to me, Carson Wentz is not. I don't mind Carson Wentz. I really don't. I'm not Colin Cowherd. I don't hate him for wearing a backwards hat.
He's not a bad player.
No, and I think he's shown that he's good in the past. He had a tough year last year, but, I just don't think giving up a lot for him is definitely what the Bears are going to do as well. If they do end up going after him, it's going to be like a king's ransom for this guy that's just not worth it. So... But I mean, I saw that both Colts and Bears, they made offers, and I think the Eagles were I think we deserve more, but the Colts and Bears both are we're not backing down. This is all we're willing to give up.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a good sign.
Because the Colts right now are kind of I think they want him more than the Bears do.
Yeah.
And I just saw today that the Colts are not upping anything.
Yeah, I saw that too.
They're dead in their tracks as far as giving him money.
So I hope they're ahead of the Bears right now in what they're willing to give up because I don't know. I hope the Bears aren't moving either, and I hope the Colts are ahead of them. So
exactly. And so speaking of potentially former Eagles players, Zach Ertz also wants to be gone.
Yeah, I think he's gone.
Dude, I think because they're just. You really don't see the impact that bad head coaching does to players, even once they're gone. I feel like there's just that aspect of the team where you just want nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Like Doug Peterson really effed these guys up emotionally.
I really don't think it was I don't think Doug Peterson was that bad, because I think a lot of the players really liked Doug Peterson. I think Carson Wentz liked him a lot. So
I know they're leaving because of front office issues then?
Maybe they needed somebody to kind of blame for the way that their season went. They probably thought they were better than that, and they didn't like, the way that they handled that last game against the Washington football team when they literally looked like they threw the game pretty much.
Should we take back our stance on Doug Peterson?
I think we could go back and listen. I was never a big hater on him.
We slandered that man.
I know you did a lot. And I probably said, some of the things he did I wouldn't have done personally. But if you look back at his track record, 3 years ago, the Eagles, they won the Super Bowl. And then they had a couple tough breaks, and they were injury-ridden this past year, horribly. Okay. So you can't really blame the man too much, and they just, cast him out instantly. I do feel bad.
I'm going to go back, and I'm going to take most of what I said about Doug Peterson back.
Yeah.
So, Doug Peterson, I know you're out there. I know you're not listening. But just hear my words and how sorry I am, and I hope I can take you to Applebee's sometime and patch things up.
Because has he moved anywhere yet?
Doug Peterson?
Yeah,
not that I've seen recently.
I can't remember, but yeah,
he'll work again.
Yeah, no. So we've talked a bit about the current QB situations that are already in the NFL. We now are going to talk a little bit. Oh wait, I was going to mention Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
So there were some rumors originally about him possibly leaving Seattle, because he tweeted something that was some cryptic message that a lot of people are like, what does this mean? People thought he was potentially
that's half his
leaving.
Twitter.
I know he tweets some odd things, but then Seattle came out and was like, no, we're not letting him walk, which is what Houston should have done. They've been like, nope, this is our guy.
Does he get along well with Pete Carroll?
I would hope so. I would think so. But dude, if you thought Mahomes in the Super Bowl running around with a bad O-line was a bad look,
Russell Wilson was dealing with that the last 3 years.
His entire career, bro. That dude needs help. So if Seattle doesn't try and build something around him a little better, then if I'm Russell Wilson, maybe I do next few years, I explore a different team. Bears, I'll take him.
And he could always come back, right?
Yeah,
it's not like once you're traded to a team, you're just cut off ties forever.
Yeah,
I don't think
come back like Marshawn when they need him in a playoff game.
Exactly. I do hope that. Russell Wilson is a well of talent.
Oh, I love him. He's such a good guy.
He's a great guy. It's impossible to hate him unless you're a Broncos fan or a Patriots fan.
Yeah, exactly.
But dude, he deserves the best. And you know what? I was thinking the same thing about Andrew Luck too. Now, here's the thing. I'm not a huge Colts fan for a couple of reasons, but Andrew Luck was kind of in that same boat, and the man retired because his O-line was so bad.
Yeah. He missed it by just a few years too, because now the Colts are pretty good.
Well, yeah. I would say that he definitely kind of jumped the gun in retiring, but still, it's for
players.
For good
players
reasons.
Know their boundaries. If his body was taking those hits.
When you're playing football for over 20 years of your life, you know what your limits are.
Yeah, absolutely. He was a Harvard or Stanford guy. Wasn't he? Yep. Yeah, so he's smart. He's smarter than most.
He's probably less smart with all the head hits he took, but we can talk about that some other time.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Brennan, should we go to the draft class?
Yeah, let's talk about
the pledge class of the NFL.
Potentiality. Yeah, let's do it. So we've kind of mentioned it over the past few weeks, just, Trevor Lawrence, some of these big name guys, Justin Fields, but it seems as of recently, a couple of the guys that we thought were going to be top picks have kind of lost some steam. Devonta Smith, who I was arguing a few weeks ago could potentially go number 2 overall. It's not looking like that anymore.
No, I'm thinking this is going to be a very high structured QB class.
Oh, it's a great QB class. There's going to be 4 or 5 guys that are probably going to be drafted in the first round.
I'm looking at 6 right now.
6 QBs? That's crazy. So obviously we have the obvious one. Trevor Lawrence is going number 1 overall.
He's going to go Jacksonville.
Yep.
So I also have the draft order pulled up here. So let's just kind of play the guessing game a bit. So we got Trevor Lawrence to Jacksonville.
Who's the number 2 team again? The Jets.
The Jets.
So
does Justin Fields want to go there?
So
doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter, but I have seen as of recently Justin Fields falling in the draft board
because of the national championship.
Possibly because of some of what happened in the national championship, but I just think, as time has gone on, people are looking at other QB's tapes. I mean, you have Zach Wilson from BYU, you have Trey Lance from North Dakota State.
Mac Jones from Alabama, and we got Kyle Trask from Florida also. Very good contenders, very good draft class.
Yeah, so Trey Lance didn't play. He played a single game, I think, last year.
In 2020?
In 2020. So he didn't get,
very many looks.
He didn't get, his draft stock, I think, kind of died down. But, as their offseason, as college football is now over, and draft season's coming up, people are going back and looking at his tape and are like, wow, this kid can sling the ball.
Yeah.
He is
he's kind of like a hidden treasure like Josh Allen.
I think he is. Josh Allen is a very good, actually, comparison because Trey Lance can move and he has a hell of an arm.
Yeah.
And he can chuck a ball 30 yards downfield while the pockets just collapse on him. So I think Justin Fields deserves to be kind of pushed down the draft board a little bit, even though he was hot earlier. I don't know as much about Zach Wilson, but I know he's, kind of like that.
He kept BYU relevant.
Yeah, and they were one of the best offensive teams in the country. And Trevor Lawrence is obviously, that QB,
he's QB1.
A relic of a QB. He's just a God-made QB.
Have you seen him in the NFL workout?
No, I haven't.
That he did? Dude, it was insane. It was a 2-minute video on Twitter of him literally just pass scenarios. And he's just I didn't see him miss the ball once. If anything, he overthrew.
Yeah.
But watching him move and run, you would not this guy. God created Trevor Lawrence specifically to play football.
Exactly.
And you can tell.
And what I was saying about that was Trevor Lawrence is the obvious number 1 overall pick, but if it wasn't for him, it would be Zach Wilson by far.
Yeah.
I think Zach Wilson is definitely the second best quarterback in this draft, who has the potential, he could, you never know. You really never know with quarterbacks, but he could be better than Trevor Lawrence, depending on situation. Say that the Jets have a better O-line than the Jags do, and they have maybe better weapons. Neither team is really well off on offensive skill players, but yeah. So, but other than quarterbacks, like I mentioned, Devonta Smith, he has now been replaced with Jamar Chase, LSU wide receiver. Jamar Chase has now climbed above Devonta. So when you look between the two of them, you see Devonta Smith, who is 5'10".
Something like that.
He's not
big. Tall. Yeah.
Jamar Chase is a monster compared to him. And he's he's got all of the intangibles, just long arms. He's fast. So I don't see that as being a surprise, but I think he right now is projected to go 3rd to the Dolphins.
They need receivers.
They do need receivers, especially if they're looking to keep Tua around there. They need to build something around him for sure.
Exactly. So should we kind of just play a quick guessing game and see which quarterbacks are going to go to which teams for those 6 that we listed earlier?
Yeah, I'm down.
All right. So since number 1 for the Jacksonville Jaguars, obviously we're going to put Trevor Lawrence there. Mm-hmm. Jets, I don't think they're done with Sam Darnold yet, but I know they are definitely looking for a quarterback still.
Yeah.
And we're going to go ahead and guess what's his name again?
Zach
Wilson. Yeah, sorry, I just drew a blank there.
Yep, I agree with that.
So I'm going to guess Zach Wilson to the Jets. I'm going to guess Miami's probably going to take
a wide receiver.
A wide receiver for their because they traded with Houston, so Houston's not going to take a pick until the 2nd round.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing they're going to go with the wide receiver. I don't think they're going to get a very good quarterback right off the bat, just because they're not drafting again until what was it,
Miami?
18.
Yeah. Oh yeah, well they've got 2 first-round picks, so they're sitting pretty right now.
Right, but I just don't think they're going to get as good of a quarterback as if they don't take that quarterback first. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're not going to go quarterback.
They're not going to go quarterback.
I don't think so, because I know they've been in trade rumors with Deshaun Watson possibly, but they still have Tua, who they just drafted. So I would be very surprised
if they pick up a quarterback.
They picked up a quarterback. But the Falcons' next pick, Matt Ryan, is towards the end of his career.
Getting old, yeah. I'm thinking Justin Fields to the Falcons.
I could see that. I could see Trey Lance possibly.
Yeah.
But
do you think Trey Lance is going to go over Justin Fields though? Like I definitely see Zach going over him, but I don't know about Trey Lance.
No, you're right. I don't think so. I don't think there's enough, tape on Trey Lance. But me personally, I would rank Trey Lance ahead of Justin Fields. But you're right. I don't see the Falcons, or I don't see Justin Fields being taken after Trey Lance.
I could see. Okay, so up next is the Bengals. I definitely see them going for probably like a lineman maybe or another receiver.
Yeah, they need
because they're not going to draft a quarterback after getting Joe Burrow last year, and he's going to be healthy this season.
Yeah, a receiver would be cool. That would be cool to see Joe Burrow get another weapon, but at the same time, the story
he needs protection.
Yeah, the story of Joe Burrow's rookie year. I mean, the dude just like tore his ACL to hell or whatever. I think it was ACL. So, I mean, they need to get that guy some help.
Yeah.
I mean, before the season even started, everyone saw like Joe Burrow was running for his life in practice because his O-line couldn't block.
Yeah, they at least need to make the O-line walk everywhere. Like, so all of their away games, they just make the O-line like walk.
Yeah.
So like they're horses or something.
They are horses.
They are horses.
In the trenches.
Yeah.
6 is an interesting one, the Eagles.
I'm seeing Trey Lance go to the Eagles.
So I don't.
You don't?
I say
they're in need of a quarterback.
They have Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts, yes.
Yeah. So
I remember him.
Yep. So he's pretty good, and I've seen a lot of speculation that the Eagles could possibly trade this pick. It's possible, but
what about tight end?
We're not. That's what I was going to mention. Kyle Pitts, the Notre Dame tight end, or no, Florida tight end. Sorry. Somebody just came out and said that he is actually the most well-rounded player, like offensive player, like playmaker that is in the draft right now. Better than Devonta Smith, better than Jamar Chase. So they think this guy can come in and instantly like just be a starter and put up numbers. Mm-hmm. So he's one of like the best, I think, tight end prospects that the NFL has seen in a few years. So he's risen up the draft boards crazy high these past few days, past few weeks. So, I mean, yeah, like we talked about earlier, got rid of Zach Ertz. Now you say they replace him with this guy. Yeah, fill the hole. Next man up.
And speaking of next man up, we got the Detroit Lions. I don't see them taking a quarterback after just picking up Goff, that trade for Stafford.
No, I agree.
Maybe a running back.
I could see that, but I don't see any of the running backs being good enough to go this high.
Pick 7. Yeah, my bad.
No, yeah. This one is tough. Say one of those top guys, those top wide receivers, Jamar Chase or Devonta Smith hasn't been chosen yet. Mm-hmm. I could see them picking him up because I think Kenny Galladay is a free agent either this year or next year. I think next year. And I think he's going to want to leave because Detroit is I think he'll want to go somewhere a little more flashy where he can compete.
Yeah.
So I could see them going for like a top playmaker, guy that hasn't been picked yet for the offense. That's about all I can really imagine for that.
I see that too. And
maybe best defensive player available.
Yeah. They might go defense in the first round, honestly. They could definitely use it. For 8 and 9, so the Panthers and the Broncos, I think this is going to be a race to see who can get Deshaun Watson first.
I agree.
And based off that is what their next move is going to be. Because Drew Lock for Denver is, like, struggling.
Yeah, he's not the great guy. He's not the move.
Like, I grew up a Mizzou fan. I was happy for him to see him get drafted. But Drew Lock is not happening in Denver.
He's too busy rapping the new DaBaby, Lil Baby songs. Baby.
Which one? Which baby?
There's a couple.
Is it DaBaby or Lil Baby? Pick a baby.
Both of them.
Both?
Yeah, both.
Let's go.
No, I could see one of these teams just not having this pick because they traded it to get Deshaun Watson. Mm-hmm. So these ones are definitely tough. But, if, say, the trade doesn't work out, I do see Carolina drafting one of the quarterbacks that are available. The Broncos maybe doing the same thing.
Maybe Kyle Trask for Carolina if they don't get Deshaun.
Yeah.
Or Mac Jones.
Mac Jones, Trey Lance. There's still those guys that are going to be there.
Exactly. And then we also got like Texas's QB, Arkansas.
Yeah.
So like all those guys are going to be in the running, and I think for sure they're all going to get drafted. It just depends which round or which pick it's going to be.
Yeah,
because it's all going to depend on which team needs a quarterback right now.
Yeah,
that's the easiest analysis I can come up with in my head right now. But
I agree. So
Cowboys,
those two teams are you never know. Cowboys, I think this will be the last one we kind of touch on. It's the last of the top 10.
Yeah.
I just think they're probably going to go defense.
I think so too because Dak Prescott, I'm guessing, will be back.
I think they're going to pick up that Alabama or Ohio State or Alabama cornerback, Curtin. I don't remember his name, but he was probably the best cornerback in the nation, college football this year. So
yeah,
I could see Dallas. Fun fact, the past 8 first-round picks for Dallas have been to the Pro Bowl, so they're on a good streak.
They just need to have better seasons. And the Chiefs actually played the entire NFC East this year, so I'm excited to play the Cowboys again.
Yeah. So that was a quick little draft preview by us. Before we move on,
we're gonna do another show in June and do one more.
Oh, absolutely! We're gonna go in depth.
We're gonna go through the whole draft and guess their picks. We should do
that would be crazy long.
Well, we could just make it like a special, the draft special.
Hey, we'll just film it, and maybe we'll film it elsewhere, not in the stew, and we can, have a couple beers, get a little rowdy.
Yeah,
we'll record it maybe.
Maybe high five, once or twice, just to show people that we're actually friends.
Put my hand on your thigh or something.
Okay.
But before we move on, I forgot to bring this up. I don't know if you saw this, but the Jacksonville Jaguars. Did you see who they hired and then cut?
Bill O'Brien. No, not Bill O'Brien.
Do you remember the Iowa strength and conditioning?
Yeah, they already cut him. Yeah, because Urban Meyer, I'm pretty sure he sold his soul to the devil to be
absolutely.
One of the best college football coaches of all time.
Yeah.
And because hell, he had that one Zach Smith guy working for him that was just a wife beater at Ohio State, the Ohio State University.
So do you think Urban Meyer, do you think he
doesn't care about character?
Do you think he doesn't care, or do you think he honestly didn't know?
No, he just doesn't care.
I agree.
I think he wants to win so bad. And the guy was a great, the racist piece of shit from Iowa. The guy is a great strength and conditioning coach. That should not go unnoticed.
He sent a couple students I saw to the hospital because of their workouts, which hey, maybe that breeds athletes, but yeah, that dude's a piece of shit.
They're weeding out the betas.
The Jags tweeted about it. They got just absolutely obliterated on Twitter.
There was no point to the front office like that. I can't imagine what was going through their heads when Urban Meyer's like, oh, hey, I want this guy from Iowa. He's a really good strength and conditioning coach. Put some guys in the hospital. Maybe he's ready for a pro level. And isn't he racist? Yeah, probably.
Who cares? But now that I think about it, does any team do that where they tweet every single coach that is on their staff?
No.
Why the hell did the Jags do that?
Because their PR team is horrible.
Why would they tweet that?
And I'm pretty sure they thought they were unstoppable when they hired Urban Meyer, but I think they forgot that Urban's got a hell of a lot of skeletons in his closet.
Trevor Lawrence is just please stop. Yeah. Stop this madness. I haven't even gotten to the league yet. And
they just brainwashed Trevor Lawrence into going along with it.
Seriously. All right, well, I think...
Should we switch gears to basketball?
I think we should switch some gears. NFL season's dwindling on us. We're going to try and keep everyone, updated. Obviously...
We're news guys now.
Yeah, the NFL is where we do our best work, I would say. That's where we're most informed. But we do want to start, branching out, as these months go on to, what sports are relevant. We'll have March Madness coming up. We have spring training starting in, less than 2 weeks for baseball. So, we got a lot of stuff going on. So now we're going to talk about a little bit of NBA. We're just
sports guys in general. I don't think, we can't be just restricted by football. Can't put me in chains, football. You can't do that.
Can't cuff me.
Yeah, cannot cuff me, football. I am free to explore other sports.
And I will do so.
What?
I said I'm a man of the night.
Yeah, exactly. You and I are just kind of a jack of all trades. Exactly. We're jackasses of all trades.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's a perfect way to put it.
That's our new tagline.
All right, so let's just get right into it. We're going full on, just not conspiracy, but this has been a debate as of recently.
Melo v. Melo.
Who is Melo?
Carmelo Anthony.
Absolutely.
There's no comparison. LaMelo Ball's been in the league for 3 years.
Yeah, so people are debating on whether or not the Melo nickname belongs to Carmelo Anthony, a longtime NBA vet, and
Carmelo Anthony's
or LaMelo Ball, rookie.
Yeah. Okay, well, answer me this. How many games has LaMelo Ball played in? Or how many All-Star games and playoff games?
0.
Because combined, Carmelo Anthony has 22.
Yep. Carmelo Anthony is number 12 on the NBA all-time scoring list.
Yeah, and Carmelo Anthony has received 6 honors and awards throughout all NBA teams.
And I mean, I grew up watching Prime Melo on the New York Knicks.
Same here.
We saw Hoodie Melo in the gym.
We saw Ned's Declassified Melo.
Yeah.
You remember that episode?
I do
It's
not.
like when he's in the Lost and Found, he finds like these Melo shoes, and like Carmelo Anthony speaks down to him from heaven. He's like, hey man, you got to put the shoes back. Like,
You're
have
lying.
a conscience. No, I'm not lying. That's a real thing.
That's crazy. That is unreal.
I just brought up a memory that you have never even thought of.
Honestly, but unless you're just like one of those delusional BBB
delusional.
big baller brand stans, Carmelo Anthony.
Which, by the way, if you're a stan of the BBB, like,
I'm sorry.
Stop watching sports.
Honestly, yeah.
I don't even feel sorry for you.
I feel sorry that your brain is mush.
Like, we get it. It's trendy. It's cool to think.
It's not even trendy anymore. Hey, and honestly, I'm not trying to take anything away from LaMelo because he's been pretty good. Mm-hmm. He's honestly probably in leader for Rookie of the Year right now. I think he's starting to, he's gotten his starting spot already, I think, for a few games. So I'm not trying to like just shit on him completely because he has been good.
I confuse LaMelo with Lonzo.
Oh, okay.
Because Lonzo played 3 seasons.
Yeah.
LaMelo, this is his first season.
Yeah.
Yeah. My bad, everybody. I goofed up there.
You still didn't LaMelo, obviously, since he is a rookie, hasn't played in any All-Star games.
Yeah.
So
that piece of shit.
I also don't think I don't think the Pelicans, did they make the playoffs? I think they were one of the bubble teams. But either way, it doesn't matter because LaMelo hasn't been there, so you're still right.
Pelicans were a bubble team.
Yeah. So, but point stands. I'll die on this hill. Carmelo Anthony is Melo. Case closed.
Case closed. Over and out.
Court adjourned.
Your Honor, I got the receipts and I hereby rest my case.
Exactly.
My client simply couldn't help being an Aquarius.
I snatched their wigs. Your
exactly.
Honor.
The wigs are snatched. All right, Brennan. Big Ten basketball. Let's cover it real quick.
Should we talk about a little bit of what the MVP race is kind of looking like in the
NFL?
NBA? In the NBA?
Oh, NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. If I can just kind of, bring it up and you can give me your...
Yeah, because I'm definitely an expert about NBA MVPs.
Well, I mean...
Let's do it.
A little bit of just MVP talk, because last year we had Giannis because the Bucks were one of the most dominant teams. I mean, the average, scoring differential, they beat teams on average by, I think, double-digit points, so that was pretty crazy, which is what the Utah Jazz are currently doing. Mm-hmm. They're secretly one of the best teams right now. Well, they are, but they're sneaky. So MVP race currently, top 3. I'll say my top 4. LeBron, obviously. Then you have Nikola Jokic on the Nuggets. Then you have Joel Embiid on the Sixers. And just because I know how, ESPN and all these places work, I know Steph Curry's going to be up there too.
What about Damian Lillard?
Damian's definitely one of those honorable mentions.
Okay. I got another honorable mention, Rudy Gobert.
So, yeah, Rudy Gobert, he is on the Jazz right now. And actually, I would argue, because Donovan Mitchell is the guy on the team that everyone's like, oh, he's this young star, he's the best player.
Right.
But when you look, I saw something where it was if you look at the metrics for when Donovan Mitchell is on the floor, the Jazz actually, average less points with him on the floor. And with Rudy Gobert playing, when he's on the floor, other than when he's on the bench, they are up 12 points. So Rudy is he's a defensive player of the year candidate every single year. He's a beast. He's quietly averaging 13 points, 13 rebounds right now. So he is one of the main reasons why they are as good as they are. So I definitely think he's up there, especially because the Jazz are the best team right now. So he should be in contention. But I mean, LeBron James, man, he's 36 years old, hasn't missed a single game this whole season. A single game.
I've never had a horse in the race between the LeBron versus Jordan debate, but had those two. So say LeBron James time travel to 1995.
Yeah.
Do you think he could beat Michael Jordan in a 1v1?
So 36-year-old LeBron versus prime MJ?
Yeah.
No. No, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think Jordan would win?
Yeah, I think Jordan. Okay. I think Jordan.
So that's subtle. So Jordan's better.
But prime Bron's a different breed.
So like 2010 Bron.
I still think that. I guess no one really even knows when LeBron's prime was because dude's been good forever.
For the last like 24 years.
24.
Or 14, I don't know. It's been a while.
Either way, it's such a generational thing. I will always say MJ is the GOAT, but I am also a Chicago Bulls fan, so I'm a little biased, but I will never not be like, or LeBron is the current GOAT. Mm-hmm. They're both in their own different like categories, and they're both incredible.
LeBron James was also drafted 18 years ago. I actually do know numbers, so I just wanted to point that out.
That's pretty close. I mean, 18 24? Is crazy. Dude's going to probably play with his son, Bronny.
That's been done before in the MLB.
Oh, yeah. It's, what was their names? Why am I blanking? You know this. Ken Griffey, right?
Yes.
Yep. Ken Griffey and Ken Griffey Jr.
And Jr. stole a catch from his pop, and it was really cool and sad at the same time.
That was awesome. I do remember that.
But can we talk about Kawhi Leonard too, possibly being in the?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, those like Damian Lillard, Kawhi Leonard, Giannis, all those guys are in contention for this MVP, for the MVP race. But I mean, unless like
we should probably bring up that Kawhi Leonard has averaged 28 points a game this season.
He also doesn't play that much. He also takes a lot of games off.
But I'll say this: the time that he's playing.
Yeah.
Are his shining moments.
No, I agree. But I still I don't know.
Okay, we can take him out of the conversation then. Yeah, if we're just gonna compare him to the other guys that we have on our list. Obviously he's not gonna win it over those guys.
Yeah, and I would say obviously right now LeBron James is, like I said, he's probably the head of it just because, sometimes it's partly a popularity contest.
Yeah, but like Kevin Durant, Luka Doncic.
If I had to choose right now who I wanted, like number one overall pick from the NBA, if I could choose anyone, it would probably be Nikola Jokic. I mean, I love him, first of all, but this dude's low-key averaging a triple-double.
Well, he's like every leaderboard I've looked at, he's the top prospect for winning the MVP race here.
Really?
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's a center that can make full-court dime passes. I mean, he could literally play point guard. He could take the ball up, make dribble moves. He's sweet, makes some ridiculous shots, very unattractive, but that just means they're better at crafting their game.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what it is about those like the Eastern European players. Like they are just like insane on the what?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say insanely ugly. So
no. I'm not here to slander any regional people.
Sorry,
or anything
Boban,
like that.
I didn't mean that.
Yeah.
Your wife is very beautiful, so you're doing well.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I was just saying like a lot of like the Eastern European players, like they're just insanely good when they come over to America and play.
Oh yeah,
like
Luka.
Yeah, like Luka. Like
Luka, how old was Luka? Like 19 when he started playing?
Something like that.
Crazy, and he was literally so good right away.
Yeah.
All right, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
I saw this one circling around. If you had to choose any NBA player in history to play 1v1 against, your life on the line, if you lose, you die, who do you choose?
Chandler Parsons.
Chandler Parsons?
Yeah.
Why?
I could probably just like see, I don't know. I get confused of looking like Chandler Parsons, and I have an actual Denver or Dallas Mavericks Chandler Parsons jersey. So I feel like if I just wore that, he'd just get confused about who he's playing, and I would just be able to like actually shoot threes and like, drive up the ball a lot. I don't know. I just feel like he'd be the most beatable. What about you?
I would choose Muggsy Bogues.
Just because you're taller than him?
Just because he is like 5 foot.
Low key, I was expecting you to say either Steve Kerr or Steve Nash.
I had Steve Kerr as my second.
Yeah.
And I also had Cristiano Felicio as my third, which he has been on the Bulls bench for like 3 years. I would just run circles around him like the Hobbits did in Fellowship of the Ring. They just ran circles around the troll.
Do you think I could beat J.R. Smith because he goes the wrong way up and down the court sometimes? Or he shoots the ball on the wrong side?
You could possibly bank on it.
Yeah, he would just make my points for me.
I think I could beat Christian Laettner when he was in the NBA.
Okay. Or what about
Grayson Allen?
Grayson Allen, that's a good one. I had another one. Jordan Love.
No.
Wait,
Kevin Love?
Kevin Love, not Jordan Love. Gosh,
I could not. No way. Kevin Love would kick my ass for sure.
Really?
Yeah, he would.
Have you seen that meme where like right after the Cavs won, it was like LeBron James. It was like a joke, but like somebody did like a voiceover, like LeBron James like crying. He's like, "I was gonna kill you, Kevin. I was gonna kill you and all these like MFing kids, man. We did it, Kevin."
I have not seen that.
It was pretty funny.
But I just thought of another question. Sorry, completely disregarding the NBA though. Do you think you could ever score a single point in tennis against Serena Williams?
Maybe one, if it was like out of, because tennis is out of 3 matches, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure I could score at least 1 point.
You're kidding.
Statistically, I'd have to.
No. I don't think I could score a point against a cardboard cutout of her. Dude, did you know she won?
She won pregnant, I know.
She won pregnant, the Australian Open while she was pregnant. She won her first major when she was 17 years old.
Which is insane, yeah. But like, I don't think I'd get goose egged.
There's no way. I think I could score.
Should we set it up? I'll just call our publicist right now and be like, "Hey, I want to take on Serena."
If she like actually heard somebody's, I don't think she would.
She would. I feel like she would rise up to the challenge. She'd be like, "I need to beat the hell out of this kid,"
and she would, dude.
Yeah, and then she'd just call me a bitch and stuff when I'm on the court, and I'd just be left crying and like throwing my racket.
Like she would just be pegging you with the pause. She would just be pegging you with the tennis balls, just like rapid fire, like Elf did. Like when Buddy the Elf is just like cannonballing all of those.
I'd probably like kick my racket up in the air, catch it, and like throw it back on the ground and keep kicking it around, and then just be like, "Oh!" And like I gotta work. I'm like, "How's my tennis ground, real quick?"
Just like,
See, I can't tell if mine sounds like it's pooping or intercourse.
Yeah, I would say neither of those are probably the sound we would make. I think I would just be super out of breath. Just like, yeah, literally. Okay, all right. So I think it's fair to say, though, that Serena Williams could probably be up there for one of the GOAT athletes. I think you could argue for her.
Oh, yeah. Like, she rules tennis.
She's just an absolute beast.
And John McEnroe, too.
Yeah, I agree. All right.
Should we talk about some Big Ten basketball real quick?
Let's do it.
All right. So, Michigan, my eyes are on you.
So, are they
Michigan's
third right now?
Yes.
And Ohio State?
No, I'm sorry. Michigan. Yeah, Michigan's third.
Yeah. And overall, like in the top 25 AP rankings, they are number 3 right now currently.
Yes, that is correct.
And number 4 is Ohio State.
Number 4 is Ohio State. Number 5 is Illinois. Number 11 is Iowa. So we got 4 Big Ten teams in the top 15 right now.
Damn. That's...
And Nebraska is not ever going to be considered one of those. And I feel horrible saying that.
You know what sucks, man?
What's up?
A few years ago, our freshman year of college... Nebraska was good at basketball. We like
the 1 year I didn't have tickets.
Yeah, I don't even remember. Our Big Ten record was incredible. We finished like 3rd or 4th in the Big Ten.
Well, we were in the March Madness tournament too.
No, we weren't.
We weren't?
No, we went to the NIT.
NIT.
We were like a 4 seed in the NIT. Penn State was like a number 1 seed. Mm-hmm. Who, speaking of, Nebraska just beat Penn State the other week or earlier this week, maybe. I can't remember. Okay. But it ended our drought of 26 straight Big Ten losses.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
That was
payback for...
That was a well-deserved win.
That was well-deserved. I feel bad for Hoiberg, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really, because some of his decisions he seems to be running on offense are very questionable, but...
Yeah, I would definitely say so, too. And I definitely think Michigan's going to have some players going to the NBA.
Oh, absolutely.
You'd be insane not to send up some of those guys.
They have a crazy good team, and I will be the first to admit that I kind of wrote them off in the beginning of the year because, you know, they lost a couple of guys. Mm-hmm. That one kid who I don't know if he won the Big Ten Player of the Year last year, but he was up there. He was a freshman, I'm pretty sure, freshman or sophomore, and I think he ended up getting drafted. He's not on the team anymore, at least. But then the year before, they had Mo Wagner, who went to the NBA. His brother's now on the team.
For Michigan.
Yeah, but they just have like a group of guys that, for the most part, have played together for a few years. So they've got like that experience. They've been a Final Four team since then. So, I mean, this could definitely be a team that I think could, obviously it's not a surprise because they're top 3 right now, but I don't think a lot of people had their eye on them originally.
No, not at all. I don't think a lot of people were really expecting Michigan to be especially after that football season they had. I don't think a lot of people were expecting Michigan to shine this year.
Their football has not been that great for the last few years. So they've got basketball. Is it Juwan Howard that's their basketball coach?
That sounds really right.
Okay. Because he was part of the Fab Five or whatever, I think.
Fab Five.
Isn't that what they were called at Michigan?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, they've been a glorified program for a long time. So,
without a doubt,
it's not surprising, but it is kind of. I would not have put them as my top pick for the Big Ten this year. My pick would have been Iowa. It would have been Illinois. Illinois, by the way, we almost beat. We brought them to overtime, which we should have won because we shot like 30% for free throws, but it's okay. It's classic Husker basketball.
Yeah.
But that would have been a sweet win. They were number 6 at the time, so that would have been crazy.
Am I still going to like Husker basketball after I graduate? Yeah. Am I still going to like Husker football? Yeah. I'll root for them. I'll still wear my Nebraska garments. I'll be standing from afar, but
are my days going to most likely be filled with sadness over happiness? Yeah.
Am I going to drink 30 beers watching one game? Yeah. Fred Hoiberg.
Am I going to yell at my children and blame them for it? Yeah. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
I was just going to say Fred Hoiberg kind of needs to get his act together.
Yeah, and I like Fred. I think I
like Fred too.
He has the ability to be good, kind of like Frost. I've talked badly on them before, but I still think that they have the capabilities of turning the teams around. I think their names alone can bring in good recruits, so I'm excited for it. I think the basketball team has a couple good recruits. I think that they're bringing in next year. So,
and I think so too. And I hope that they're not kind of following in the same footsteps as other recruits going on this year, just kind of just backing out when we really.
Well, that was for football.
That was for football, but I'm just saying recruits in general.
No, I agree. Sports. And I think the main key here is if Hoiberg can retain some of the players that we have this
retention year. Is key to this to this team's success,
and especially in college basketball.
Yeah, having
a team with that chemistry is insanely important.
Yeah,
I mean, you see Iowa, all these teams that have played together. It's you're now seeing what that brings to the table. All these guys are, they are so comfortable when they're playing. They know who can hit the shots, whatever. I guess Iowa's a bad example because they just feed Luka Garza the whole time.
Pretty much.
That dude is a cheat code, but he won't be good in the NBA, so it doesn't matter.
Damn, Brennan.
I'm sorry.
Gotta be so ruthless.
I'm sorry.
All right, switching gears. That was talking basketball.
Switching gears
to NASCAR.
Ooh.
Vroom, vroom.
I get it, like gears?
Yeah. Kind of. Except the fact that Michael McDowell is, I guess, the best driver in the Daytona 500.
Yeah, well, there's a little bit of a story behind the reasoning. I think that he won, and that's because
there was a really bad car crash.
Really bad crash, and I'm gonna be honest. I did not watch a second of the live.
Nobody died,
racing
right?
Nobody died.
Okay, so we can talk about it then.
It actually, this Daytona was the 20-year anniversary of Dale Earnhardt's crash at Daytona that lost him his life.
Do you think his spirit haunted the track for this specific anniversary?
Messed up, but I don't know, maybe.
How is that messed up?
No, nothing happened. So, but honestly, this might sound bad to say, and if the
Brad Keselowski crash was what made it the worst one, though.
Which one?
The Brad Keselowski crash. He was the last one to kind of go in. That's the one that it blew up.
Well, the guy that started it got out of it completely fine, which is...
Typically, that's how it is.
That's true.
Which is ironic.
It's like Mario Kart when you just drop a bunch of bananas and just watch the chaos, just everything blows up behind you.
You're definitely
It's like the Iron Man,
racer.
Explosion behind him as he's walking away,
Badass movie.
Badass. But
love Iron Man.
What I was going to say is... obviously, NASCAR races have gotten a lot safer since Dale Earnhardt. When Dale Earnhardt got in his crash, the months prior to that, the previous 5-6 months, there was 5 fatalities in NASCAR. So obviously, it's come a long way since then.
As far as just safety,
the way they have
protecting racers in their cars.
They're so bundled down in their car that it's really hard for, I think,
do they even have roll cages back then?
They might have not. I think they were just smoking the whole time, so they probably couldn't see anything anyway, smoking in their cars. But
I'm trying to light my cigarette and get into fifth gear at the same time. It's not working. My clutch. Yeah.
If I was promised that type of buildup, like a crash like that didn't have any fatalities, no one was hurt. If that happened
tuned in.
if I knew that was going to happen every single race, I would probably
just watching the danger and just there's like a certain like sexiness to it. You know what I mean? Like the danger of the racing.
Yeah. Do you think
it's like James Bond of the American South?
Yeah. So other than Michael McDowell, do you think you could name 3 NASCAR drivers?
Dale Earnhardt Jr.
He doesn't race anymore.
Danica Patrick.
Doesn't race anymore.
Jeff Gordon.
Doesn't race anymore. But those are some of the all-time greats. Jeff Gordon was a beast. My grandpa was like the biggest Jeff Gordon fan, so I grew up.
I literally only watched him because I thought the Wonder Bread car looked super cool.
It did look cool, though.
It reminded me of Ricky Bobby.
A lot of people were pissed off that McDowell won because they thought
because of how big the odds of him were.
Yeah. So I know a lot of people were hoping for one of those main guys to win. To make it more meaningful because of the 20-year anniversary of Dale Earnhardt. So I know a lot of people are like, are you kidding me? This is a guy. I didn't even remember his name until you brought it up. So thank you.
You're welcome. I got it pulled up on my screen right in front of me. I use a cheat sheet on the show, just so everyone knows. I'm actually not that smart.
Chase Elliott got second. I can't remember. I think Joey Logano was top 15, but I hate him. He's like one of the a villain from The Sopranos or something.
Hey, look at me! I'm driving cars.
I'm Joey Sagano.
Come on, fast. You're gonna tell me what I can do driving cars? Get out of here!
Exactly. So
come on.
That's our.
Oh.
That's our NASCAR insight.
It's time for WandaVision.
Is it?
WandaVision.
Yeah, I think it is. I was gonna mention spring training. I think I already did. But I don't have much to say. We'll get to that.
We are in our off season right now.
I don't want anybody, getting overloaded on the sports. I'm like ecstasy here. I
have a grudge against sports after last week's performance by the Kansas City Chiefs. So
yeah.
Let's talk WandaVision episode 6.
Let's do it.
Trick or treat. First of all right. Yep, get it out, Brendan. I know you want to say it.
She is a bad mama.
Okay.
She is a MILL. Mama I'd like to love.
You know what? That's good.
Yeah.
She is a mom now.
She is. She is.
She has the twins.
She looks sexy.
You know who I think the sexiest character in that show is?
Who?
Jimmy Woo.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, he's
Jim Halpert.
Randall Park is the actor, right?
Yeah.
He's in everything.
Really?
He's literally has it could be a 5-second cameo, but he is in literally everything.
He's got a nice face.
Well, yeah, he's got a lovable face, but dude, no, he is literally everywhere. You cannot, he's probably in the studio.
We just can't see him right now. It's Randall Park.
Oh my God, it's Jimmy. Yeah, but dude. First of all, Hayward, that guy. I hope every time he flips his pillow at night, it stays warm.
Is that
that's the
shield
sword guy?
Sword and shield. All right. I never even thought about that.
I hope every time he flips his pillow, it's warm.
Hey, so
I hope his blanket is never comfortable.
I agree. That dude's an asshole. But we talked about this last week. She's the bad guy, man. She's the bad guy.
I still think there's something else going on here.
I agree because she mentioned to her brother, who they brought into the show, which wasn't her originally casted brother.
So Brennan and I realized he actually plays Quicksilver in the Fox X-Men movies.
Yep. So
he does great in those, by the way.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a potential mashup right there that they might be he could be under the spell. He ends up breaking through Quicksilver. They introduce X-Men into the Marvel MCU, which would be sick.
Well, because they're already bringing Fantastic Four. Because Monica, who's the only other astrophysicist besides Carol Danvers and Marvel in general that's not Mr. Fantastic?
Really?
Yeah.
So it's Mrs. Fantastic.
Mr. She knows Mr. Fantastic.
Oh,
He's
gonna
come to the show. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that would be sick.
Yeah. So.
No, but what I was saying was that so Wanda told her brother that she's I don't even remember when this happened. She couldn't recall whenever she created this hex utopia.
Because I don't think she created it.
But she's the one that's she's expanding it. She's doing all of it.
Do you know the bad guy Mephisto? So I kind of grew up with Marvel Comics every now and then, and so he's like one of the main bad guys in that universe, and he's like literally the devil.
Okay.
So my theory here, because I saw something that like MCU just isn't ready to do X-Men yet. So I think that
when
kind
are
of
they gonna do it?
Well, that's why I think it debunks the theory of like Evan Peters' character being there is like kind of diverging.
So they just chose one of the same actors that just happened.
Yeah,
so dumb.
Because I think they're hinting at like the new Doctor Strange and Spider-Man movie, as far as the multiverse.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, but then
that Spider-Man movie off topic, so sweet.
Yeah,
can't wait.
I agree. I love those movies so much. Those are my favorite ones. But well, except for Toby, we got to pay our respects to our guy.
Absolutely.
The memes have been too great. But I think that the Mephisto guy, I think he's actually like Pietro right now, right? I think he's like, he took that form as soon as he saw just like all this cosmic energy going on.
Who?
Mephisto. Or Pietro is Quicksilver.
Okay.
That's his name.
Who?
Mephisto.
Fist who?
Mephisto.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the guy. I made a pretty bad motion to Brian right there.
Yeah,
so I think he actually is like taking that form. And that's why he's not able to like be under the spell right now. And I think that's why he's just been a sarcastic asshole. No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
How?
She like recasted her brother as him.
No, I think he showed up. I think he got through and showed up and he's been acting as her brother.
I think, well, obviously like he says some like stuff, but I think that's her just trying to like recreate her brother's like persona.
Maybe, but I don't think he would have gone as far as saying, like, I don't think your dead husband can die twice.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
And then she just, like...
She messed him up.
I saw what you're about to say, you bastard. Yeah, she went on a little mom rage there. And Vision, let's talk about him. So...
He almost got out.
So does that mean technically he is alive, then?
That's what I was wondering, but it didn't let him go, though. Like, he couldn't escape it. Like it looked like he was close, but he couldn't escape it yet.
And he was falling apart as like the closer he was getting
so
out.
I think he's dead.
Okay.
I think that confirmed it, kind of.
Well, because even Agnes, the Catherine Hahn's character,
she tried to escape too, right?
She tried to escape too, but then she also like when she snapped out of it for a sec, when like Vision did the like hands thing, I think like she literally was like, "No, you're dead. Like you're not alive right now."
Oh yeah, she's like Vision died or something. Yeah, that's right.
So I don't think he's completely aware of what's going on yet, but
no,
I think he started to piece it together.
I think he is.
I don't know what's going to happen. I think there's going to be some kind of confrontation between him and Wanda.
Oh, there's got to be. I mean, it's so weird because if she's the one keeping him alive, then like...
I know Jimmy Woo is going to come back and save the day, though. He's literally a fan favorite now. Like, they have to keep him alive.
I don't know how like, independently that Vision's going to work because, I mean, if he's being controlled, like, by Wanda...
I don't think he's being completely controlled, though.
So
I think right now it's like a facade. I think he like broke through it, especially once he's like say for his coworker. Like when he got into his head, you saw like he's like, what the hell is what's going on here? Yeah. I think that kind of is like, okay, I'm gonna do some thinking, and then like ventured off when he said he was gonna do neighborhood watch and lied.
Oh, dude, that was creepy when he was walking through like the part of the neighborhood that was just like completely frozen.
Dude, yeah, I was like actually like kind of shooken up.
I was disturbed. I was like, that's why I was like, yo, Wanda is bad,
psychotic.
She is psychotic.
Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how the rest of the season plays out.
The next 3 episodes are going to be an hour long each.
Yeah, they're going to be 30 minutes of actual content and then 30 minutes of credits.
Yeah.
I think the real bad guy in this show is Please Stand By.
Dude, 30 minutes of just like
credits
and
like graphics going in.
Yeah, exactly.
It's ridiculous. Like because the episodes are like, they say they're a half hour timed on Disney Plus, but then it literally stops at 22 minutes.
Oh yeah, I know.
Like every time.
It's pretty ridiculous.
And
they're just going to add in all those like sitcom commercials. You know how they add in like one every episode?
Oh yeah.
They're just going to have 30 minutes of those.
I also like the Malcolm in the Middle-esque type episode.
That was good.
That's going on.
Well, it's cool because you can see how like the time periods change. Mm-hmm. And in the commercials especially is pretty interesting.
Oh, like that shark yogurt. That was disturbing.
That was weird.
Like the kid just died. Decaying.
That was
because he couldn't open the yogurt.
That was crazy.
First of all, I was like, that's me whenever I try to open anything and I've like I just wash my hands or like clip my fingernails or something.
Well, I think that goes to show as well just how like it's starting to change kind of, because I don't think like that's what the intent of the commercial was supposed to be originally.
Yeah.
Like Wanda's reality is starting to kind of alter, so that's why it's like it's coming out, the nastiness is coming out.
I'm kind of liking the theory though that she is going to be the main reason for the multiverse splitting, and that's why we're going to get the new Doctor Strange and Spider-Man movie.
That'd be pretty cool.
Which I do think would be cool too.
Can't wait for that.
Can't wait either. All right.
That was a pretty good. Also, quick shout out to Netflix. They added iCarly.
Oh yeah.
So
I actually saw that Randall Park was a cameo on that show as well. I kid you not. He was one of the teachers.
Oh my God.
Go watch it. He's one of the substitutes. It's super early on.
That is unreal. I'll have to watch it.
And Brian, I'm a little hurt that we did this whole show and you didn't say anything once about me shaving my mustache.
Well, dude.
I look exactly like the graphic now on our cover art.
It wasn't like, it's not like you were rocking Bradley Cooper's brother from Star is Born's mustache. Like, come on.
Okay, that's hurtful.
Joseph J. Jameson. Like, you come on, man.
I am hurt by this. But okay, whatever. Fine. I won't grow back then. How about that?
No, I liked it.
Thanks. I thought it made me look business professional.
I don't know.
It was wispy.
Yeah, it was a little wispy.
I looked like a teen in puberty. Now I look even younger that I've gotten rid of it.
It's okay, man.
At least my hair's still looking good, though. I'll just keep that on mine. But, All right, yeah. That's our show. Spicing Things Up podcast on YouTube. I got to definitely get those episodes up because I've been slacking behind on that. And our email is spicingthingsuppodcast@gmail.com. Send us some shit. Also, one more quick final announcement. Brennan here has actually been unfaithful to me in the show and appeared on a different podcast called Garage Talk. So go ahead and go listen to that. I'm going to throw a shout out to, I got some good friends that are on that show. They are also on Spotify. Again, that is Garage Talk. And yeah, Brennan, do you have anything to comment about this?
Oh, I'm not betraying you.
Bastard.
I'm not betraying you.
I know.
It was just a little friendly gig. So
it was we're friendly rivals.
Mm-hmm. No, we're not rivals.
If I start a media company,
we're like brother sister.
Both of them.
We're like the Auntie Anne and like the yogurt stand that's in every mall. It's we coexist.
Dots.
Dippin' Dots. There you go.
Okay, which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to compete with anyone for business.
No, never.
All right, but yeah, again, that's our show. See you next Wednesday.
See ya.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh la la. Whoa, whoa. King in the castle, king in the castle. Have a chair, I have a chair. Oh, go do this, king in the castle.